Right. Elsewhere now, the UK government has announced that it will stop issuing new study visas to nationals from Afghanistan, Cameroon, Myanmar and Sudan in what it calls a crackdown on widespread visa abuse. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood says official figures show people from the four countries are the most likely to apply for asylum after arriving in Britain on student visas. The Home Office says asylum claims from people who originally traveled legally, including students, have more than tripled since 2021 and now accounts for 13% of cases in the system. The move comes despite ongoing conflict and instability in all four countries, including civil war in Sudan and the separatist unrest in Cameroon. The UK government says the changes are needed to protect the integrity of the asylum system, but critics warn that they could block safe pathways for people fleeing the crisis. Earlier, I spoke to Cameroonian immigration and human rights lawyer Agbo Bala. I began by asking him whether it's clear why Cameroon has been mentioned in this ban.
We have had a conflict between 2017 till date, in the English-speaking part of the country, and most Cameroonians who go to the UK as students are from the Anglophone region. So the number might have increased as a result of the fact that there is a conflict in their regions, and perhaps their parents have lost their jobs. Those who were farmers can no longer go to their farms. I think prior to the crisis, we did not have issues with Anglophone or with Cameroonians going there as students and then deciding to seek political asylum. So there is a background, and I think that the UK government should try as much as possible to understand the background under which some of these students have decided to seek political asylum after obtaining a visa and probably studying for a year or two in the United Kingdom.
Let me understand how you see this from a legal and human rights perspective. Is blocking study visas a proportionate response to rising asylum claims, in your view?
I think it will be kind of collective punishment, wherein as a result of something committed by some Cameroonian students or some Afghan students.
They say it's risen by 300. They say it's risen by 300%. That's quite a sizable rise.
Yes, it is a sizable rise, but it's collective punishment. In that their statistics or their data, they would also tell you that there are students who came on student visas and they are still on student visas. Imagine that this had happened to, let's say, EU students or UK students studying in Belgium or in France. Because I know friends who came to the UK and studied, and they came back to Cameroon.
My question to you then would be, has the Cameroonian government responded? Are you expecting a response? What do you imagine that would be?
For now, they have not responded, and the Cameroon government has a style of not publicly responding. I am hoping that the Cameroon government, especially in charge of the Commonwealth, would respond. I mean, it might be diplomatically, it might be to engage discussions with their counterparts in the UK to explain to them that it would be unfair to victimize each and every Cameroonian coming with a student visa.
What do you feel shutting down legal study routes might do in terms of what other options now might students have? Could it push some to irregular migration, for example?
The UK is a beautiful country. Academically, it's one of the best. And with its colonial history with Cameroon also, most of our forefathers studied in the UK. So there will be a lot of disappointment. Some would have to look for other options, go to the Scandinavia, go to Germany, but some of them also, there's a language barrier, that's a problem. And when you block avenues for legal immigration, we have seen over the world that people will find a way to migrate. People will find a way to realize their academic dreams. So it might lead others through immigration sharks, through those who traffic people, to be able to find a way for some of them to go to the UK. So I don't think